Happy Saturday, everybody. This is Pastor Nat with Win the Day. I hope you have a great weekend. And to kick off that great weekend, we are going to talk about understanding the value of self-discipline. Is self-denial the path to greater spirituality? Many people have thought so. The church father Athanasius, he never washed his feet or changed his vest in the name of self-denial. Simeon Stylites, he spent the last 36 years of his life living atop a 50-foot pillar. The question is, will self-denial lead to greater spirituality? Paul has the answer, and it may surprise you. Listen to Paul's words in Colossians chapter 2, beginning in verse 20. You have died with Christ, and he has set you free from the spiritual powers of this world. So why do you keep on following the rules of the world? Such as don't handle, don't taste, don't touch. Such rules are mere human teachings about the things that deteriorate as we use them. These rules may seem wise because they require strong devotion, pious self-denial, and severe bodily discipline, but they provide no help in conquering a person's evil. Paul's words should really shake us up. Paul said, you have died with Christ. In other words, the old nature is gone. God has brought you from spiritual death to spiritual life. Well, so what? Paul says that Christ has freed us from the spiritual powers of this world. It's that game of religion and legalism. They have no power over us today. We are freed from the performance trap that people live in today. So Paul challenges the Colossian church by saying, if you've been freed by Christ, then why are you still doing all this religious activity? Why do you keep doing things that you think are going to save you? And then Paul says, these rules are man-made. They're powerless for salvation or even great spirituality. So self-denial and bodily discipline, though beneficial at times, they hold no special sauce for greater spirituality. Now, there is no doubt that self-denial is helpful. By saying no to ourselves and saying yes to God is the way to go. But many of us do it for the wrong reasons. Our motives should be for love of God. Many of us give things up as a show to impress others or to even impress God. That's a false humility, and we talked about that just yesterday. You see, its impact on others, it's temporary, and its influence on God, it's non-existent. 19th century Alexander Maclaren, he said this about the futility of self-denial. Any asceticism is a great deal more to men's taste than abandoning self. Ascetic religion is godless, for its practitioners essentially worship themselves. Think about what he just said. Though self-discipline is a valuable pursuit, self-glorifying self-discipline, it's meaningless. It's all about worshiping yourself. That's why this is my challenge for you today. Evaluate how you're doing what you're doing, but also ask the question, why are you doing it? Are you living for yourself or for God? Are you dressing a certain way to impress others? Are you driving a certain type of car to appear holy? Are you giving up your time to charities and serving for the approval of others? Or is it for your love of God? What we do matters to God. Of course it does. But why we do it, our motives behind our actions also matter to God. So evaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it. Now that you know what God values, right actions with right motives, friend, go do it and win the day.